My name is Anthony Scarpone-Lambert, and today we have this special opportunity to talk to a real immigrant who immigrated from Italy to America and didn't even speak English. Today we will learn how she survived and lived out the American dream.
Hello, my name is Sadie Scarpone. I want to come in America to make money, better life, and better change.
Less than 100 years ago, immigration in the United States was rising to an all-time high, with more than 800,000 immigrants coming to America in 1921 in search for a better life and the pursuit of happiness. During this time, native-born Americans became suspicious of immigrants, especially those who were poor and didn't speak English. As the Great Depression put a burden in America's home front, how did these immigrants cope? If they didn't speak English, how did they survive?
I feel at the place, first thing. Then, when I feel at the place, I say to myself, oh my Lord. And I tell you, God bless me. Because I don't know what I'm going or what I'm doing or what I'm saying. Because I speak Italian all the way. And anyway, find my cousin and my aunt, they all start talking to me, broken English. And I said, well, I'm an American, I gotta live my life different. And I gotta change.
In the 1920s, Congress responded to anti-immigrant pressure by passing the Emergency Immigration Act of 1921. This was intended to be a temporary fix to the number of immigrants coming to America. 3 years later, Congress passed the Immigration Act of 1924. This law reduced the number of immigrants allowed into the country each year to 164,000. By the end of the decade, immigration was more than 1/4 of what it had been in 1921. Some native-born Americans were still not pleased and wanted to limit the number of immigrants even more. Regardless, immigrants still came into the United States with their heads held high through Ellis Island.
When I come to this country, I come in because the biggest ship. It was between 400 and 500 people. And it was a lot of people. And we reached at one point, they all got sick. And when they got sick, I was the only one that was okay. And I tried up the other people, and between the nurse, the doctor, and everybody else, and we all up.
Built in 1892, Ellis Island was the port of entry for most European immigrants. It was made on a small piece of land in the harbor of New York City, a perfect location to welcome new citizens of America. Immigrants went through a strict inspection before induction into the United States. This inspection included a medical exam and a legal interview. Approximately 20% of immigrants failed either the medical exam or legal interview. The immigrants who passed, however, became American citizens after their long journey to America. Sadly, life after Ellis Island wasn't all smooth sailing.
Well, meanwhile, when I get off of the boat, it was the Statue of Liberty. And I look at that, I say, oh my, what I am at in Italian, still I'm Italian. And I said, oh my Lord, what am I going to do now? What I'm going to, I'm new, I'm young, I don't know what to say. And my aunt keep questioning me, said to me, you like in America? I said, I don't know, I can't tell you nothing because I don't know yet. Well, meanwhile, we went back home, I see all my cousin, and then every day got better.
Many new American citizens found jobs working in the farms in the Midwest, but most of the jobs were in the cities of America. The population in cities jumped from 25 to 50% of the whole American population. While adult immigrants often had a hard time getting used to living in a new country, children had a much easier transition and learned to speak and write English quickly. Once the immigrants finally settled in, a new problem approached all of America, the Great Depression. The Great Depression inflicted terrible hardships on millions of Americans. As unemployment skyrocketed, many American families were living in poverty.
I got paid $5 an hour. And that was the work at the tailor shop. I worked over there for 3 weeks. I changed the job because I don't like it. And I went change another job. I started work on the kneecap, surgical bill. And I work over there, I make $7 an hour.
Soup kitchens and bread lines became common in cities across America during the Great Depression. Some men left their families because of shame and embarrassment. Women still were held responsible for the children and the household. Women also made great efforts to save money and work if possible. The children during this time sadly starved and sometimes died due to poor health and injuries. From 1928 to 1932, suicide rates raised to more than 30%. When the Great Depression reached its all-time low in 1933, around 13 to 15 million Americans were unemployed and practically half of America's banks had failed. Through President Franklin D. Roosevelt's reform plan, the New Deal, America got through the worst effects of the Great Depression. Gratefully, America fought through the Great Depression after many years and still stood strong.
Everybody was poor. Everybody. Nobody had money, nobody had nothing. They gotta work to make money. Some of the people, they make it good, some of the people not. Depend on where you work at them day. I got married in 1960. But when that was my end, I met my husband. And I never believed I was going to get married. But I got married anyway. When I got married, I worked for another year, and then my family come out, my twins. I started twins. Then my second one was a one. But altogether was 5 kids. It was very, very hard because my husband, he got to pay the bill, and I got to buy the food, you know. Some week it was good, some week it was bad because of the money, and I was over there. And when you buy the house, you need a lot of money. And the sacrifice. Work over here, work over there, you know. Take some home, fix the clothes for people, and that's it.
As you can see, immigrants during the time of the Great Depression had to overcome many hardships. But after years of struggle, they finally saw the light in the dark tunnel and lived happily in America, their new home.
Nice to meet you. I hope you enjoy all of this. And non parlo tanto bene italiano, ma parlo bene quando vado all'Italia, che mi ricordo tutto.